Kimmy is doing is admirable as a spouse. To roll over and suffer through it, I look at it as her standing by me while I'm standing by her. There's a difference between wants and needs. I'm a person who actually needs sex, not a person who wants sex.
Why do you need sex?
I need sex like Carlos needs mess.
After years of standing beside Maurice Scott and helping build the image of a perfect power couple, Kimmy Scott has finally reached her breaking point. And this time, she didn't stay silent. What started as quiet tension behind closed doors has now exploded into one of the most talked about courtroom battles connected to love and marriage Huntsville. But here's the twist nobody expected. Kimmy didn't just survive the storm, she walked out victorious while Maurice's entire world appeared to stop moving overnight.
What is public knowledge is that he got arrested.
It's a DUI this time, but it could have been worse.
I'm hanging out with some convicts.
Maurice was arrested and got out for the DUI. He was on social media with a bottle of liquor in his hand.
Again? I want to know sincerely how you're feeling in those moments. I can't help what I don't know.
I don't really know if you can help me.
Fans have watched Kimmy for years as the calm, collected woman who always carried herself with grace, no matter how messy things became around her. She rarely raised her voice, she rarely exposed private issues, and even when rumors started spreading about financial problems, hidden secrets, and tension inside the marriage, Kimmy still tried to protect the image of her family. But behind that smile was a woman quietly dealing with betrayal, emotional exhaustion, and a growing feeling that the man she trusted most was slowly pulling her into chaos. According to insiders close to the situation, the court battle revealed far more than anyone imagined. Financial disputes, accusations of dishonesty, and shocking legal documents suddenly painted a completely different picture of Maurice Scott's life behind the cameras. And when the judge finally ruled in Kimmy's favor, it changed everything. Now, fans are asking the same question. How did Maurice Scott go from looking untouchable to watching his entire life come to a standstill almost overnight?
All of that foolishness that you felt like was no big deal at one particular time has blossomed into a whole forest of big deal. Because my husband has all over the internet about having sex with his wife with cancer.
For a long time, Kimmy and Maurice looked solid from the outside. They presented themselves as a couple that had figured things out. Even when problems showed up on screen, they always seemed to recover quickly. That image became part of their brand. They were ambitious, successful, and determined to show the world they could survive anything together. But appearances can be dangerous. The truth is, cracks had reportedly been forming for years. Small arguments slowly turned into emotional distance. Business conversations became tense. Decisions that were once made together suddenly started happening without Kimmy's knowledge. Fans noticed the change long before either of them addressed it publicly. Viewers began pointing out awkward moments during interviews and scenes where Kimmy looked emotionally drained. Maurice, meanwhile, appeared more defensive and distracted. Their conversations lost warmth. Instead of sounding like partners, they sounded like two people trying very hard to avoid a much deeper problem. At first, many people assumed the stress came from work and public pressure. Reality television can put enormous strain on relationships. Every disagreement becomes entertainment. Every emotional moment becomes a topic online. But according to reports surrounding the legal situation, there was far more happening behind closed doors than viewers realized. Allegedly, Kimmy started noticing strange financial activity connected to shared assets and business matters. Certain transactions reportedly didn't make sense to her. Money was being moved around. Important conversations were happening without her involvement. And the more questions she asked, the more resistance she received. That's when things reportedly started changing inside Kimmy emotionally.
It was hella disrespectful, and it doesn't protect me. And now I have to answer questions from my mother?
Yeah, I didn't think about the collateral damage. To me, it was like, if I just apologize to my wife.
So now
Then
you
it's all
gotta
good.
apologize to my mother.
For years, she had trusted Maurice to protect their future. She defended him publicly. She stood beside him through criticism. She helped maintain the image that everything was under control. But once doubt entered her mind, she could no longer ignore the feeling that something was seriously wrong. What nobody expected was how quietly Kimmy handled everything. Instead of creating public drama immediately, she allegedly began gathering information privately. According to people familiar with the case, Kimmy wanted facts before making any major decisions. She reportedly reviewed financial records, legal paperwork, and agreements tied to shared business interests. And the deeper she looked, the more concerned she became. The woman many people underestimated suddenly became strategic. And Maurice reportedly had no idea how serious the situation had become. As the investigation into their financial issues continued, insiders claimed that Kimmy uncovered details that left her emotionally devastated. Allegedly, there were transactions and agreements connected to assets that she either knew very little about or had never fully approved herself. Questions surrounding ownership, finances, and transparency quickly became impossible to ignore.
But here's where the situation took an even darker turn. Sources close to the drama claimed that when Kimmy confronted Maurice privately, the conversations became increasingly tense. Instead of calming her fears, his responses reportedly created even more suspicion. Arguments grew louder, trust continued disappearing, and eventually, the marriage that once looked stable from the outside started collapsing internally. Friends close to Kimmy allegedly noticed the emotional toll immediately. She became quieter, more withdrawn. The woman who usually carried herself with confidence reportedly started struggling under the pressure of uncertainty and betrayal. Still, she kept pushing forward. What makes this story so emotional for many fans is the fact that Kimmy never seemed interested in humiliating Maurice publicly. Even during difficult moments, she appeared more focused on protecting herself and finding the truth than creating chaos. But according to insiders, once legal experts reviewed the situation, Kimmy realized staying silent could cost her everything. That's when the courtroom battle officially began. And from that moment forward, Maurice Scott's life reportedly started spiraling in ways nobody around him expected. The legal filings immediately sent shockwaves through fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Social media exploded overnight. People wanted answers. What exactly had happened behind the scenes? How bad were the financial disputes? And why did things escalate so quickly? But while the public speculated online, Kimmy reportedly stayed focused on one thing: proving her case. Court documents allegedly included evidence connected to disputed financial decisions, business dealings, and ownership disagreements. Insiders claimed Kimmy arrived prepared with detailed records and documentation supporting her concerns. People inside the courtroom described her as calm, composed, and emotionally controlled, despite the seriousness of the situation. Maurice, however, reportedly looked overwhelmed by how quickly everything unfolded. For years, he had been viewed as confident and calculated, but during the legal process, cracks allegedly started showing publicly. The pressure of lawsuits, financial scrutiny, and public attention reportedly hit him all at once. And then came the courtroom testimony. According to reports, Kimmy's statements during the hearings completely changed the energy inside the courtroom. Instead of sounding emotional or revenge-driven, she reportedly spoke with clarity and precision. She explained why she felt betrayed, why she no longer trusted Maurice's handling of important matters, and how deeply the situation had affected her emotionally. People listening reportedly became silent as the details unfolded. because suddenly this wasn't just another reality television scandal anymore. It was a story about trust falling apart inside a marriage. One of the biggest moments reportedly came when discussions surrounding financial accountability entered the courtroom. Questions about transparency, asset management, and legal responsibility reportedly placed enormous pressure on Maurice's defense team. And according to insiders, that pressure became difficult to manage. The courtroom battle dragged on longer than many expected. Every new detail fueled more online conversations. Fans debated who they believed. Some defended Maurice, arguing there had to be more to the story. Others strongly supported Kimmy, saying she had spent years sacrificing her peace while helping maintain the image of a stable marriage. But then came the ruling, and that's when everything shifted permanently. The judge reportedly ruled in Kimmy Scott's favor on several major issues connected to the case. Financial protections were allegedly granted. Certain disputed obligations reportedly no longer fell on her shoulders. And perhaps most importantly, Kimmy walked away with legal validation after months of emotional stress and uncertainty. The courtroom victory immediately became one of the biggest talking points surrounding the couple. Fans flooded social media with reactions. Many praised Kimmy for staying patient and strategic instead of reacting emotionally. Others said Maurice's downfall happened because he underestimated the woman standing beside him all these years. One comment online read, "Kimmy stayed quiet while everybody underestimated her. That woman came prepared." Another fan wrote, "Maurice thought he controlled the situation until Kimmy took control of her own future." But while Kimmy was receiving support online, Maurice reportedly faced a completely different reality. According to sources close to the situation, the legal loss created major problems for him personally and professionally. Financial pressure reportedly increased, business relationships allegedly became strained, public criticism intensified, and the confident image he spent years building suddenly appeared unstable. What nobody expected was just how quickly things would slow down around him. Projects reportedly stalled, opportunities allegedly became uncertain, and the emotional weight of public scrutiny only made things worse. For someone used to being in control, watching everything pause around him reportedly became difficult to handle. People close to Maurice allegedly described him as frustrated, isolated, and emotionally exhausted after the ruling. The combination of legal stress, public backlash, and damage to his reputation reportedly left him struggling to regain balance. And through all of this, Kimmy kept moving forward. That may be the part of the story hitting fans the hardest right now, because after everything she allegedly endured emotionally, Kimmy didn't walk away broken. She walked away stronger. Viewers who once saw her as simply the supportive wife are now seeing a completely different side of her, a woman who finally chose herself after years of putting everyone else first. The emotional impact of this entire situation runs far deeper than money or legal documents. At the center of it all is a marriage that slowly collapsed under secrecy, mistrust, and emotional pain. For Kimmy, the betrayal reportedly changed the way she viewed everything around her. Trust inside relationships is hard to rebuild once it's damaged, especially when legal battles become involved. People close to her claimed the emotional exhaustion became overwhelming long before the court ever made its final decision. Imagine spending years building a life with someone, believing you were working toward the same future, only to suddenly question whether that future was ever truly secure in the first place. That kind of realization changes people. And fans could reportedly see the emotional weight on Kimmy's face during parts of the legal process. Even when she stayed composed publicly, there were moments where the hurt became impossible to hide completely. This wasn't just business for her, it was personal. It involved her peace, her trust, and the stability of her life.
At the same time, Maurice reportedly faced emotional consequences of his own. Public criticism can destroy a person mentally, especially when private issues become entertainment for the entire internet. Every headline, every social media post, and every fan reaction reportedly added more pressure to an already difficult situation. People who once admired Maurice now questioned his judgment. Some accused him of greed. Others blamed him for destroying his marriage. And while nobody truly knows every private detail behind closed doors, one thing became clear: the public image of their relationship had shattered completely. Family relationships reportedly became strained as well. Situations like this rarely affect only two people. Friends, relatives, business partners, and even children often feel the emotional fallout too. Allegedly, tension spread through multiple relationships connected to the couple, as people struggled to process what was happening. But through the heartbreak, Kimmy reportedly found something she had been losing for years: her voice. For a long time, people saw her as the calm supporter standing quietly beside Maurice. Now, many viewers see her as someone who finally stopped sacrificing her own peace to protect someone else's image. And honestly, that transformation may end up becoming bigger than the court victory itself. Because sometimes the most important win isn't financial. Sometimes it's finally realizing your worth after years of emotional struggle. Now, the future of Maurice and Kimmy Scott remains one of the biggest questions surrounding love and marriage Huntsville. Fans are wondering whether this legal war permanently destroyed any chance of rebuilding trust between them. Others believe the damage has already gone too far. But one thing nobody can deny is this: the balance of power completely changed. Kimmy is no longer standing quietly in the background while Maurice controls the narrative. She stepped into the spotlight herself, faced one of the hardest battles of her life publicly, and came out stronger than most people expected. Meanwhile, Maurice reportedly faces the difficult task of rebuilding both his reputation and his personal life while dealing with the consequences of everything that unfolded. And maybe that's the real lesson in this entire situation. People often underestimate quiet strength. They assume calm people are weak because they don't scream, threaten, or create chaos publicly. But sometimes the quietest person in the room is the one paying closest attention. Sometimes the person everybody overlooks is the one preparing for survival while everyone else remains distracted. That's why so many fans connected emotionally to Kimmy's story, because at its core, this isn't just about courtrooms or reality television drama. It's about a woman finally deciding she deserved honesty, respect, and peace after years of emotional pressure. And now, with the court battle behind her, everybody is watching to see what comes next. Will Maurice recover from the damage surrounding this case? Can he rebuild the image and success he once had? Or will this moment permanently change the way fans see him forever? And as for Kimmy, many people believe this may only be the beginning of an entirely new chapter in her life, one where she no longer has to live in anyone's shadow. One thing is certain though, the woman many people once underestimated just proved she was far stronger than anyone realized.